Good morning, dear learners of grade 5. I'm your teacher in School on the Air in Science. I'm teacher Crispina O. Arconcel from Silawit Elementary School, Cauayan City Division. I'm happy to be with you in School on the Air. Before we start our lesson, get your module for quarter 1, week 1, then go to a place where you feel comfortable to stay. Relax and free from any disturbances, especially noise, so that you can grasp the knowledge I'm going to share with you. Are you ready now? Just relax. Do you still remember the meaning of matter? Very good. Matter refers to all the things and materials around us. Let me see if you still remember the states of matter. You got it. The states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. Children, tell whether these liquid containers are useful or harmful. Fire textures. Harmful, correct. Toilet cleaner. Harmful, correct. Alcohol, correct. Soft drink, the big one, correct. Not all these materials we see around us are useful, especially if they are already considered waste. What shall we do to these waste materials? We dispose them? Yes, but we should classify them into useful and harmful to minimize waste. Properties is the characteristics of matter that make them distinct from one another. The properties of matter can be classified as physical and chemical properties. It is important to know the properties of matter and how to distinguish from useful and harmful. Our lesson for today is use the properties of materials, whether they are useful or harmful. Let's start our lesson with an activity. Turn your module on page 5. Did you find it? Now, answer the activity to measure what you know. Classify them as to useful or harmful. Write your answer in separate sheet of paper. I will give you time to answer. You write U for useful and H for harmful. These are the materials. Number 1, food waste. Number 2, Tetra Paks. Number 3, mobile phone batteries. Number 4, leaves. Number 5, pieces of wood. Six, medical waste. 7, plastic bottles. facts, useful. Number 3, mobile phone batteries, harmful. Number 4, leaves, useful. Number 5, wood, useful. Medical waste, harmful. 7, plastic bottles, useful. 8, grass clippings, useful. 9, toilet cleaner, harmful. And number 10, empty bottles of pesticides, harmful. Did you get all? Very good. Now, go with me as I discuss the lesson. The properties of materials is divided into two categories: the physical and the chemical properties. Physical property is the characteristic of matter that can be readily observed without changing its composition. On the other hand, chemical property, the composition of material has to change before a certain property can be observed. These are the characteristics of physical properties of materials. Hardness is the ability of material to be rigid and resist pressure that can cause deformation or change in its shape. Hard materials like metal and wood can be used to construct buildings, bridges, or other infrastructure. Brittleness is the ability of solid materials that, when subjected to high stress or pressure, it can crumble or break easily. Glass and porcelain are brittle, can break when dropped or slammed against a hard surface of object. Flexibility is the ability of material to be bent without breaking. Thin metal wires and plastic strings can be used for tying or binding objects and things. Conductivity is the ability of material to allow heat and electricity pass through to it. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Malleability is the ability of material to deform under pressure. Gold can be hammered into flat sheets until the desired shape of jewelry is obtained. Ductility is the ability of material to be drawn into thin wires. This is why most of the electrical wirings are made up of metals. Porosity, some materials such as paper and cloth can absorb liquid well. Porous materials have plenty of spaces inside where liquid can absorb. Elasticity is the ability of material to be stretched and when returned to its original shape after. Rubber band is an example of an elastic material. On the other hand, chemical property, not all properties of matter can be observed immediately. Sometimes, the composition of a material has to change first before a certain property can be observed. It is most evident when a certain material chemically reacts with another material. Chemical property, the characteristics are biodegradability, ability of material to decompose, Example of biodegradable materials are fruit and vegetables peelings. Non-biodegradable materials take a much longer time to be fully decomposed. Thus, these materials must be reused in another way, like water container. Combustibility is the ability of a material to burn. Flammability is the ability of material to ignite or catch fire easily. Alcohol and gasoline are both combustible and flammable. They can be burned fast. However, not all combustible materials are flammable. Example, a big chunk of wood can burn when subjected to high amount of heat, but it will not catch fire easily unless you expose it longer so that it will start burning. Combustible and flammable materials need to be disposed properly because they react readily and easily when exposed to extreme heat. These materials are useful in some ways, but proper handling must be done when using them. When do we say the materials is useful? Materials are considered useful when it serves a purpose. These materials may have properties such as durability, resistance to water, heat or acid, flexibility, elasticity, hardness, and etc. Some useful materials can also be reused. Example, a container of any solid or liquid material. When it is already empty, it can still be used for other purposes such as flower vase, a coin bank, or a house decor. Harmful materials, on the other hand, may bring harm to your health, environment, and other organisms. That's why you should take precautionary measures when handling and using different materials. Example, broken glass or jar, or they can cause cuts or injury. Toxic substances may also be present in things you commonly use such as paints, cleaners, fumes, gels, or powders. Remember that useful materials are materials that serve its purpose, can be used for other purposes, can be recycled, can be dumped straight into a landfill, something that can be recovered from the material. Harmful materials are materials that are toxic to us, materials that can cause injury, materials that cannot be dumped straight into a landfill, can pollute the environment, and takes too much time to decompose. Now let's see if you can classify the following materials as useful or harmful. Turn your science module on page 10 and answer activity 1. Number 1, copper wire. Number 2, wooden table. Number 3, old tire. Number 4, broken glass. Number 5, overripe fruits. Number 6, balloon. Use test papers. Number 8, notebook. Number 10, Old Magazine. Are you done? Now let's answer the activity. 1. Copper wire, harmful. Wooden table, useful. Number 3, old dye, useful. Number 4, broken glass, harmful. Number 5, overripe fruits, useful. Number 6, balloon, harmful. 7, useless papers, useful. Number 8, notebook, useful. Number 9, pieces of wood, useful. And number 10, old magazines, useful. How many correct answers did you get? If you got 8 and above, good job. If you didn't, go over your module. I hope you are now equipped with knowledge on useful and harmful materials. Now, continue to practice eliminating materials that are not usable anymore, especially those harmful ones. Our next topic will be the 5 hours technique. See to it that you always tune in our TV RBI from Monday to Friday. Either in our next lesson, I'm your teacher on the air, Ma'am Crispina O.R. Concel from Siloit Elementary School for Science Grade 5, signing out. Remember,